first one did not work right for what I wanted. Let's see. It's working right. Just now. Just earlier. All right, can we hear me? Perfect. All right. All right. I don't think there's any music playing in the background. A little bit. All right. So we're trying out a new layout here, a little different. Hopefully this is something people like. So if not, I'm sorry. Hopefully some more people show up, get some chit chat, some coffee. I just wanted to go over that, what I want to do today. I do work today, so I do have to leave within an hour, so this isn't going to be a full build, or at least get ready in an hour to go to work. So not full build. More than likely what we'll end up doing is starting it. Goal is going to be that right there, or something similar to it. I did do a print from Thingiverse to start, so don't have to watch me print anymore on that. I do have a couple pieces. Let's see, first piece, boom, second, and third. They will actually be kind of pieced together that way. So I want this to turn into that. So hopefully that will be the outcome, or it's pretty similar. I did notice a couple different builds. I've been looking at people's online. Every Predator mask is unique, which is kind of cool. So I am excited about making this one a little bit different, even though I do have the setup. Unfortunately, like if you can tell, the one on the video that way, boom, there, doesn't have the ridges. This was the artist's Thingiverse version of this, and I feel like I can always fill it in if I need to, anything along those lines. But yeah, there's those. Inside the top here, I would love to put some LEDs. I did actually pick up a couple things from the dollar store, actually. Right now is ideal for dollar store stuff. My wife bought these exact things for our Christmas party coming up, and they're really cool. Actually, probably better if I show them here. They're little LED sets, and I figure the blue or the red, depending on how I want the laser sight and everything to go, and then the glow for the eyes. This is probably not going to be a wearable. It's actually a little small for me, at least. Maybe someone who has a smaller head. So the next time I print this, I would want to print it a little bit bigger. This is a 100% print, so maybe if I would go up to I don't know, like probably 110, 120 would fit better for this facial piece. And then of course the ridges, like it doesn't look bad when you start putting it all together, but my ears stick out, and the best way, boom, ears stick out and everything else. So LEDs for there. I also picked up, let's see, these are all the colors I picked up. We got blue, red, they had a green one, so I picked up a green one, and I actually saw a clear one. This is the only one they had at mine. I'm sure other places are still have them. I went to a couple other dollar stores previously, and all they had was these colors, and they had a yellow. But I saw the white one there, and I was like, yes, I want white, especially if I'm going to be taking these apart and putting it for like under the eye area to make it glow. Or the blue might look good that way too. We'll play around with it and figure out which one we want. So for the eye pieces, this will go probably for the next one as well, to give the glow look and something that would go. I may end up mounting this anyway to something that, so I can keep it glowing, or maybe a stand that will hold it up, because that's pretty cool. Nice little, got two tones going, two different prints, pieces, not pieces, but filaments that I had to switch out on the printer. I was using up extra ones. Each one of these parts, this was two different rolls, a set different roll and a different roll, just using up my extra filament that normally isn't enough for a full print. So figured this would be a fun little project. Probably will end up being a gift for someone. I have a couple Predator fans that are friends of mine, brother-in-law also. So, but back to the eyes. So to make it glow, lights behind it, and then I actually have safety glasses from work that I broke. I put them in my rain gear, and I broke them. So surprise, rain gear, break them, but I kept them so I can cut them actually and put them on the inside here. Put some epoxy or some glue, maybe some hot glue, pop it in there, and then light it from that way. I may have to frost them first, do like a clear frosting, or like maybe even the frost that you use for like windows for the holidays. Just hit a little blast of it and do a clear coat if I need to, or something to give it a little tint or something to glow from. That way, when you light it up from the back side, you're getting that nice glow from inside. But figured that would be something fun to do, a little different. I keep getting shredder vibes off of this one. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that thinks that. But this would also be cool if we cut this part off on one that actually fits me and use it as a going out in public mask, and see how many people actually notice. Actually, this might fit pretty close without, but it'd be better if it covered everything and went that way. Probably get away with this if I could loosen it a little wider, but yeah. Anyway, put your fabric mask underneath, wear that. I've seen a couple people that have their Mortal Kombat stuff, they put the extra filters in and everything. Really cool, but alright. So let me just double check on the photo. Wow. Oops. Bookmarks. Now, let's start putting these together. I did pick up, can't find this everywhere for some reason. Everywhere seems to be sold out. A lot of people must be doing their at-home fixes. But we did get the Loctite Polymer, plastics bonder. So it's basically super glue. Focus. super glue with a accelerant for plastics. So what you do is put a nice clean run on this, let it dry for a minute, get the other part, do the same thing, let it dry for a minute, then put the super glue on, and then it should almost instantly bond up. I just used this recently for Kathy's Captain Phasma stuff. Make sure something's coming out on it. It's not coming out yet. Let's see. There it goes. Sometimes you just gotta activate the pen a little bit. So we will make sure you get it cleaned up on there. If you have any rough edges from your print, make sure you sand them down. Make sure they flush too. That was my biggest problem with a couple prints I've done previously. I've only had this printer for a little while, so I had some issues with it not being flush, and that was partly because I rushed the print, and also the way I had it coming off of the print bed. I literally printed it straight to the print bed, so I was losing opportunities that I had to fix it, that my bed wasn't done perfectly flat. But now I just change it. I use a little bit more product, but it's kind of nice to have it super quick, pull off, almost no cleaning, almost no setting, not setting, sanding. We're gonna let that dry for a quick minute. Bow, bow, bow. Do, do. Should have popped open. Cool. Now you don't have to go through the whole thing at once with this, luckily. You can always go back and add a little more later. I'm going to leave this side so I have something to play with after. So I want my ends on first. I may not have let that dry too long. Still having the regular super glue issues. Now don't worry about the line. We're just going to fill it later. Especially since this will be painted, and give it another coat. We can also sand the little offset. I know, this is exactly what you guys signed up for streaming. Just paint dry, glue dry. And then this is why I didn't do the whole thing at one time. I'm gonna have to like hold this and adjust it. The plastic warps slightly from it, so I want to adjust that, the low glue on it, and then I'll hold it into place. But I'm gonna want this other part to be secure and dry before I want this part to be dry right here before I flip it back and start working here. But it's not that bad of an offset. Captain Phasma was much worse. She actually had gaps and holes and stuff in her helmet that I had to fill up and use like a Bondo onto. A little pull, looks alright. So glue back. Ooh, and I put a little too much glue in here. Just let it run its course on the inside. Hold right there. There we go. Hold that until it gets a little more dry. All right, it's holding. I want to give it a little more pressure. This way, boom. Again, that line will disappear when we give some sanding and then a little Bondo love, because I also have some pitting and some layer lines here that are pretty bad. Can't really see it too much in the camera and it won't autofocus, but I have some bad line marks and stuff there, partly from the filament change. I think it's snagged, but again, I just printed the metallic color because it's first off the cheapest PLA I have, and it was all extras, so this would have been wasted material. That's why I wasn't too worried about the two-tone and maybe it not bonding, because if it would have just fell apart here, I'd just glue it back together. It would have been fine. This is such a thin print too that it was basically there's no filler in it. It's all straight up walled. So I was a little worried about the print like that, but it didn't warp too bad. Yeah, I got a little line mark there. That one's a little better there. But what I was trying to avoid was these lines, but I got most of the smooth spot. So that's part of it. Let's see. Well, I'm putting myself like that's looking pretty cool. Pretty cool so far. I'm excited for this build. Let's do a little more activator real quick on this side again. Refresh. But oh, back to the glue. I went several places. I've ordered this stuff for pickup at Home Depot, because Home Depot seems to be the cheapest place for it. And both times it says that the store has it in stock, it does not. Or I get the email like, oh, we couldn't fulfill your order, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, ah, all right, fine, cool, whatever. But the last two times I went to Home Depot to check after they told me no, because I head over there anyway, they had it like in the aisle exactly where it was supposed to be. So it was kind of weird that they told me that the order wasn't available, but there it was. So, all right. So again, we got the first part bonded up. Second part's coming next. Just something a little fun to play around with. Good morning to everyone that's joining the chat. Bucky's hiding on the floor right now. I forgot to completely explain this overlay that I threw on. I was bored yesterday morning, and I wanted to create an overlay that was something unique for me. We're waiting for this bonder to dry up. And I wanted something a little different. I do have an extra webcam. the one that comes with the laptop, clearly. Not the best quality, but I mean, you guys aren't really watching this feed for me as much, like facial stuff, so I was like, might as well do a layout, set up my other camera straight ahead for there. Thought it would be something fun. I wanted something like, I love comics, so much fun to read, grew up reading them, and I was like, this might as well do an overlay with it, something cosplay. Most people associate cosplay with comics and anime and all that type of stuff, and I figured it would be a fun little layout to do, so I threw this together yesterday. Figured out how to do the two cameras, set it up, put them in the panels, and then this boy down here is actually whatever project I'll be working on. I'll be putting basically my reference image or reference images there. This one's actually from where was it from? Showcase or Show Collectors, Showcase Collection, something like that. And it's the actual prop replica that they sell or sold. And I was like, that very, very similar to the print that was on Thingiverse. Again, the difference can be the ridge. Again, fill that in if I need to. Also, I've noticed a lot of predators, even in the comics and drawings, this is actually an open area with more lens. Don't really care too much about that part. The one, if you saw it just flipped, doesn't have it that way, and they have mesh eyepieces on that one, which is probably more accurate to maybe what was worn during the first one, but I just feel like the lenses would be better as a add-on to it. Alright, activator's dry. Do another coat. Ooh, took that camera with me, huh? There we go. Again, I'm not going to do the whole thing on one run. I get close to it though. Almost all in one run. Here. I don't know why I keep doing that view. I want this side so we can see the flushness and not flushness. If you notice that huge gap, we're going to fix that though. Alright, let's take a look on the inside. Inside looks alright. Again, it's going to be hidden mostly. do have some bumpage, but that's part of my print. Same with here. I just have a loose thread. Alright, so let's do the other part. Boom. Let's not dry this out. What time for work time. Probably do another drop here. We have a little crack in the crack, but like it wasn't flush where I wanted it to be. For the Phasma helmet, what I ended up doing when I got to this point and hit issues, I would actually just spray well, not spray, hit that with a little bit more of the bonder, and it would instantly seal. But I would have to let go of it right now, and that's not going to happen. So, yeah, no, so maybe if I push it this way. Hold, please. Really didn't help at all, so. Up here, help with the seal. I know this is probably so boring for everyone. I apologize. This is not everyone's cup of tea. This is probably the most boring part, is the actual start to build. And then afterwards you get your painting and the sanding, and like it makes it look like you did so much so quickly, and usually that's not the case. Check the other side. The other side's popped in the same spot. I may just end up having to Bondo fill that on both sides. Both sides issue. So if I pull this one, yeah. So pull one more glue on this side. Not sure if you can tell, but this side is doing the same little gap. So usually what I do with this point is I take note on if I'm going to do this again where my print was wrong. Most of the time, let's be honest, we're not multi-printing several things at the same time, blah, blah, blah. But since I do want to print this one bigger, I'll have to take note that my edges on this cut, one of them must have I ripped it off wrong, or I need to sand this a little bit better. I actually didn't sand this one at all, which is probably my issue. I probably could have leveled this out a little bit better. Taking care of some of these lip lines first. But like little lip line here, little lip here from the print. But again, I'm gonna be sanding this like this the way, and then hitting it with some of the Bondo filler, especially because I have some cuts here. But we'll take care of a lot of those lines with that. Wow, 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 wow. That direction. There we go. So that's the first part. Again, I'm not going to be knocking this all out one day. I just wanted to get everything going, everything started. Of course, cosplay always takes a lot longer than you anticipate, or you have other things that you want to do, and so it's always one of those, like, I would love to be able to just spend all day making something, but I lose track of time. I get everything else. Let's be honest, I lose track of time like crazy. So it's one of those, if I could sit down and just make cosplays all day, I would love that. But I have such bad ADD, and I'm sure you can tell in my stream, that I would start a project, actually, speaking of starting project, and then like not finish it. I have some hip armor. Let's pop that off while it dries. Some hip armor that I need to put together. This is actually a lot nicer of a print. I do need to either print another one of the hip armor, or I kind of want a couple of them. So what I may end up doing is experimenting with doing a casting of it, because it should be a simple cast. The back is just the back. You got boom. So that way I can quickly make multiples. Not that the 3D printer is not awesome. 3D printer takes forever for stuff. So with at least this part, I would be able to cast it, make multiples, use them, because this one is actually designed, was going to be made for my friend Juan. I have a whole set of stuff that's being built for him. So that's a hip armor that needs to get put together. This is the ab armor for Mando, so it goes here, boom. Again, I'm gonna have to do the same process we did with the other, with the Predator mask, and then I have a few more pieces for it as well, hiding somewhere. Oh. So we'll be gluing that in a bit. Probably, unfortunately, it'll be another day. I have gauntlets. These ones don't quite fit me as much, but the print turned out real nice. My hand kind of gets stuck. It looks good on, but getting it on and off is kind of a pain in the butt. Kind of annoying for that part. So I'll have to print again. I want to say this will be the third time printing these. I printed it a little bit bigger. I have another one hiding somewhere. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe I feel like I should just do a giveaway with pieces that are not fitting me. So we have Mando Gauntlet 1, Mando Gauntlet 2. Clearly these are going to be his Beskar armor. Also thought about, since I do have one that doesn't fit me properly, taking it and cutting down the line. I think it was this one that I have, and modifying it to be part of the Predator outfit, because let's be honest, a gauntlet's kind of a gauntlet, and all Predators are different. It does have a spot here for like a little laser thing or LED. That'd be kind of cool to add in. Replace this with anything really. I could Mod Podge it over, fill it, dump something, and even do the claws coming off of this part, and it would hide this. Again, giving it the proper shape, anything like that. This would be a good one for claws too, because it's already mostly flat. I could cut this off here and put stuff, but I thought about using these or using the first ones as the gauntlets set. Since there's so many gauntlet stuff and designs, and that I have broken pieces of armor that were for print that I could easily use as a like here I have broken Mando armor. It actually failed the print and it bent itself. I also have another printed bent one, but this one started failing. It should also not be as curved, but this would be really cool as like even a shoulder piece that something gets mounted to. But reusing broken scrap, like yeah, see the print line where it was printing to, failed. It was a really bad spule. It actually, I think, tipped itself slowly and fell. Luckily I was home when it did that. It's been a little crazy learning that. Hey, what up? I am slowly working on cosplays and going over some of my materials that I already have. What's up, guys? Bum, bum, bum. The one where I am gay. I am gonna pull up your info, say hi, see what's up. I'm not sure if I'm following you already. If not, dude, I am about to pull your... I have way too many people that I have on here. Let's see. I already follow. So there we go. Sweet. Makes things so much easier. How's everyone's morning going? Should have a lot of viewers in here, but no one's talking besides you, dude. So what's up? Boom. Going over a little cosplay stuff. If you missed it already, let me pull it back up. I'm not sure when you logged in, but this is what we started making today. Down here in the corner, boom, that's what I'm working on. It won't be exactly the same as that, because again, I want to make my own unique item. This will actually be, this is my first test one, will be a gift for someone, playing around with lights. So I picked up a couple LED sets from the dollar store. Highly recommend these. They're actually, I already started playing with a set. Yeah, it's a lot of double A's, which kind of sucks that it uses that much juice, but I figured with the amount of power generated by the two double A's, you should actually be able to power 2 or 3 of the lights together. So if I needed to, I could open up the box, solder in. Actually, I don't even think these are soldered to begin with. I know I'm using the reds, so let's at least take a look at the reds. Okay, it is soldered, but it wouldn't be hard to add another set into this. I wouldn't even have to open up the box, technically. I could always splice in the wires. The wire set would be easier to do that way, but it would look nicer to pop it into the whole case. And that way, it's all tucked in, nicely put there. Could even splice it probably inside the case. So they had that little knot. But yeah, so we're gonna be planning on doing that. These ones are a cool red color. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, There's 10 lights on this. That's crazy. I probably could have read the box, and it probably tells me on there that there's 10 of them, but if we, I'm not even going to take that, but I wanted to set them so that the 3 of them do the light into the 3 set that lights up. I think I have 8 AA batteries somewhere, but I would have to find my tiny screwdriver. I should keep a small screwdriver up here just for this reason. For fixing lights, playing with lights. Let's see. Oh, I have batteries. Just 3 batteries. I hear them. I have a little catch drawer down here, a little bit of everything. So, I got a couple batteries. They're kind of old, but this one has like no juice left in it, or this thing doesn't work. It also says that's by 2002, but I don't know. We can find out if these function. I'm gonna go grab a quick little screwdriver. Don't go away, but let me just boom. Take a look at that. Okay, sorry for that little delay. So, got my screwdriver kit. That's what we're working on. I actually picked up this from Amazon. This little tiny screwdriver set. It was a gift, kind of. I was on an Amazon group that I actually loved. It was so much fun, especially during quarantine, where you would gift each other items that you had on your wish list. And I know my wife has glasses and everything, and I was like, these would be perfect for glasses. Well, this one is really close to what you need. I was able to use it to fix at least my work glasses and stuff like that, but it actually comes in real handy for these little electrical boxes. So we'll boom. Get that right off. So these ones should be the red ones. So if there's any juice left in these old batteries. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to tell you I'm completely shocked that that actually worked. These batteries were supposed to be done in 2002. Crazy. So, little test fire, boom, boom. Again, I wanted to use 3 of them for the visor and swap out the other sets for at least a different color. I want to say I want to do blue. I feel like blue is very predator view, like something. Though the green would be really cool too. We may just end up frosting a pair of safety glasses and finding out which ones work the best. But that's plenty of string. Oh yeah. So we will be using those. I do have to print the piece and find out what size will fit into here. Also thought, like, these may fit just... I may just drill the holes in and put them through, because it's got a nice little cap in the end that will kind of hold it, and I can always glue onto the cap, and that way, that kind of looks cool. So that'd be on top of it, but still, I am very pleased with these dollar store lights. If this works real well, I may have to go buy more red lights, because I feel like I want to do more than just one Predator mask. I also have Mandalorian masks helmets I need to work on. Some buckets. So those would be pretty good for that. Especially any of the lights, any sets and stuff that you have. But we'll just... This doesn't actually fit bad for what I'm doing, especially like besides the beard sticking out, which my chin's actually here. So that's not a bad print. So what I could do with this is, since it does fit almost this, is where you would end up having the dreadlocks anyway. And I do want to make dreadlocks for this bad boy. I'll probably have to create like an insert that goes around. Probably goes right here and like aims outward. And something like that. But that would be kind of fun to play around with those dreads, figure out how I want to do those. I watched a couple videos of how other people did them, and one person used foam noodles, like for the pool, and he would cut them into the pieces and then shape them a little bit. And I just think that's a little bit more work than I want to do on that. I've also found I have weathering strips. We have a door downstairs, and I would kind of think I want to use that type of cheap little tube. Not sure what to call it. I have it saved on my Amazon wish list. Your lists. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, I don't think it's on my public one anymore. It is on my cosplay one. Magnets. Pins. Oh my god. I added a Cyclops cosplay on my list, and I just always laugh whenever I see it. Huh. Maybe it's on my hidden list. Or someone bought it for me and I have no clue. Ooh, a leveling sensor's on sale right now. That's a lot cheaper than it was. T-visor. Okay, it's gotta be on another list. Go to lists. View lists. Hit it. I like to hide certain things that I'm just like watching for my own personal sake. I have a laptop battery listed, stuff like that. Did I turn this off? Okay. Let's see. Maybe I deleted it. Oh, that's so weird. I don't think I would have deleted. View list. If someone bought it, I'm gonna be, happy because it's something I wanted, but maybe I deleted it. It's not on anything I can find. Let's see. Foam. It's like the weather strips, basically. Strip piping and like weather strip. Here we go. It's literally like a half-inch thick caulk foam. It's a lot of people use it for like around door frames and a bunch of other stuff like that. Thank you for the follow. I just realized it happened. I apologize about that. I need to start setting up some better alerts that I can actually hear and see, so I can know what's going on my own feed. Slowly working on that, but let's see. Batteries, cool. I'm gonna actually just keep these in here. You know, they're only 18-year-old batteries. More than 18-year-olds. I wonder if these batteries can drink. Like, I think these batteries might be old enough, because if they're supposed to be in 2000, best if used by 2002. So these batteries are actually older than some of my coworkers at work. I just totally lost my little screw. Oh no. Boop. This little screw, I keep dropping it. See how many times I can drop the screw. Of course. Uh-oh. Well, when I vacuum, I guess I will find a little screw. So, we will put that back in, make sure it's in its clip. Boom. But yeah, these are perfect for what I need for that part. We'll definitely do wiring a whole different day. I may have to play around with the set first to make sure I don't kill it. Or you know what? Let's just do it live. We'll live me messing these LEDs up and figuring out what's going on with everything. It looks like it's got a heat shrink wrap on here. So maybe if I cut that off, pick up some heat shrink, hit it with the heat gun to reseal anything that I switch out on these. This can't be that hard of a set. I mean, again, they're dollar store, cheapies, so. So, all right, let's get that back in. But yeah, we got these from gifting group. It was so much fun. I miss it. I miss you guys. If you guys, any of you are watching, I know Brittany streams. I'm not sure if she ever watches anyone else's. She's busy too. A lot of us work full-time jobs, especially cosplayers. You kind of have to have a full-time job, I feel like, in order to even attempt to cosplay, because this stuff gets expensive. Just the 3D printer, I got a real cheap, real good deal on it for, it wasn't Black Friday, it was, what was that? It was basically quarantine sale was all it was. And they put their printers on sale to help the industry basically make money. And they did that. It was real nice. I picked it up after one of my friends ended up gifting me a Mandalorian helmet, which was crazy. First off, like, thank you. But it was just crazy that he gifted me that, and then my wife saw it, and she's like, "You really want a 3D printer, don't you?" And I was like, yes, I do. So we looked into it, and they're having like a crazy sale. I'm sorry if that's way too loud. Someone tell me if that's too loud, if you're even... So I'm just sanding down my glue right now, but I'll need to give this whole thing a sand down. We picked up the 3D printer, and it's actually a pretty nice printer. It was under $200 with shipping. Crazy deal that they're giving on it. And then I probably have spent like way more money than I should have on filament. Luckily, again, I was in that gifting group. We gifted each other's things. Filament was one of them that I kept putting on my list. I printed with some expensive filament, and then I printed off with like this cheaper. This is actually probably one of my favorite is, yeah, I'm not being promoted, but I might as well let you guys know. The 3D Soltech, seriously, like, pretty good print, like this whole top piece. And this was 14, 15 bucks for a whole roll. And that's crazy to me. I'm, again, looking at $20 to $30 for a normal spool. You get this spool and like half the price of some of the other ones that are out there. They print great. Again, I'm using it for painting, so I'm not going to be using the final product very often, but it does have a nice shine. As you can see, like, if this was printed as one piece from one spool and it didn't have any pit marks and stuff on it, you could probably get away with just throwing this on, putting a few little marks here or there, like, get away with it, at least for photos, because, like, when I put it like this, not many of you guys are going to see its marks or anything like that. But, yeah, we're just going to touch up my glue first. There's that empty spool that I had, or the empty screen. But I think that's most of my glue. That's all. And when you're sanding, don't worry if you're going to hit any of your marks, like mess it up and the shine's gone. And especially if you're going to be painting, you don't have to. Definitely don't have to worry about any of that if you're painting. You just want to make sure it's nice and smooth, or as smooth as you want it. I know some people like having their layer lines. I am not. I am hitting it right now with a small piece of 120. I, again, will go back over this with a more finer one, and I wanted to make this nice and smooth, completely smooth, so that everything is easy to paint, because I do want to paint this thing. I haven't figured out what color paint I'm using on this yet. I'm not going to use a chrome paint. Most of the chrome paints you have to clear coat anyway to keep that nice shine that you like, or when you touch it, it's going to start dulling. And I've been watching a bunch of people paint up their Mandalorian helmets and using the very expensive paint. I don't want this to be an expensive build, so I'm going to end up finding something. I know plaid paint has some stuff, and there's just some metallic-y paints that I can find. Give it a little tint. Definitely going to weather it. You're going to want to get some dirt up in this and grunge, and I mean, predators are definitely bloody creatures, but you're going to want to at least make it look nice first and then weather it down and hit up all that. I'm going to get rid of some of these layer lines that you can see. Like, you can actually see my layer lines here now. Now the light's coming in a little bit better from the window, but definitely see the different spots. See if I can get that mask piece to show. No. But I just feel like if there was a way to heat this up a little bit, maybe I could get rid of some of the layer lines without having to. But that gloss and shine is just so cool to me. I'm excited for this helmet, and I'm not even going to keep it. But this will just make me more excited for my own and get me ready to start my own version of this. And I did like that about Predator, is like Predators and Mandalorians seem to have a lot in common with their mindset of the hunt, technically, or like their warrior race, is that, yeah, you can, especially modern Mandos, you can be part of a clan, but that doesn't mean you have to wear the same clan uniform. They like to spice it up, give themselves their own unique viewpoint and uniqueness to everything that they do. And I just want to mainly hit the glue spots before I get some bondoing done. I may do some bondo off camera later, depending on what time I get home tonight. I know I get off at like 1, but I do want to hit up at least like this spot here, because this is like the ridge. I got that ridge a little bit smoother. I notice that a lot with a lot of people who do 3D prints. You get that weird lips and all that stuff, and you can't really help it too much. So we will, boom. I'm gonna call it a day on this. This is the other reason it takes me so long to do any of the cosplays. Is that's where we're gonna finish our Predator start. It takes me so long because I get not bored with a project, but I'm very ADD. I want to jump around. I want to do other parts. I want to get ahead of myself. But it's just definitely something you just can't do. You got to focus on what you're doing, and I do have to go to work in a little bit, so this will be a little bit. I feel like as long as you start working on your cosplays and start doing them how you're supposed to, and don't leave 1,001 leftover projects sitting around. My wife can tell you already, I have probably way more projects started than I should. So I want to finish this one for a holiday gift, get this one done, and then we'll be focusing on a few others. I do want to finish her Captain Phasma helmet. Definitely one that I would like to stream. If you guys like that idea, let me know. Get going on everything else. It'd just be fun to twist and play around with everything and get it going. So before I sign off, let's try it one more, dude. I don't know if that works. We're not even going to try that yet. I do have another layout that I want to try for chatting, but might as well finish this one since this is what we were working on today to start off. Hopefully this is a layout that we can continue to use. I realize I'm chipping off my paint on my cup. Got my little Hades cup. Alright. Hopefully this was fun for someone. I see we had like a couple followers during this, so someone thought this was entertaining. Thank you for at least stopping by. If everyone is still in here, not everyone is anymore, but thank you guys for stopping in. We'll do this again not tomorrow. I have to work early tomorrow, so I may do a just chatting tomorrow night or Mando Monday. Definitely could be a thing for us. I would love to talk about the new Mandalorian. I want to give a couple people at least time to view it. I have a friend at work, a boss, that he hasn't even watched it yet. He watches it on Sundays with his wife, which, again, don't want you guys to jump ahead and ruin anything if you guys are doing stuff together. So that is definitely something that we would like to at least start and try to do. Chit chat, do a little more fun stuff. I definitely don't want to stream every day. I feel like that would be a pain to stream every day. Plus, who wants to listen to me talk every single day about some small stuff? If that's something you'd want me to do, we can talk about the movie releases. Let's pull that up for tomorrow and give us a little chit chat tomorrow night. It won't be coffee. because I get out at like, I want to say I get out at like 6 or 7. No, I'd be home around 6 or 7. So that's a little late for coffee, especially if I want to get up early and do coffee the next day with maybe some more of this build, work on some of that, or maybe just Mando Monday. But yeah, let's chit chat and get everything going for tomorrow or Sunday. If you want, go follow me on Instagram, same screen name, Bearded Captain America, and I'll post. Ooh, sorry. Ooh. I'll post when I'm going live again. I'll do it in the morning, evening, to figure out a time to do that. Definitely want to do a set schedule. If you guys have any suggestions, I do have to fit it around my work schedule. I do work every day except for Tuesday and Wednesdays. This Tuesday I have plans. We have a Christmas party coming on, so I do have to finish cleaning the house. May do some of that tomorrow as well. Maybe we'll do some chit chat and clean. Talk Marvel while we clean up part of the house. That way you can see some of the Star Wars stuff. We even talked about the Star Wars stuff that's coming out downstairs while we're cleaning. Good part about the laptop, I can just move this to any room. Not sure if the lighting will be good, but we can definitely try it. I would love to set up another camera. I'd love to get a better front camera for this. Hopefully this viewed properly for everyone. Again, leave comments for me, let me know, message me on Instagram. Tell me how you like the feed, hate the feed. I know I need to do more talking. I do apologize about that. We'll focus on that as well. And I need to start paying attention to the stream, so maybe I can start looking at my stream a little bit better. So if anyone has suggestions, I'm still learning how all this is working. This is probably like my 4th or 5th stream. Definitely first time with cosplay, first time with the layout. I personally love the layout, but I'm biased. I love comic books, so I wanted something that reminded me of a comic book, but still gave me a little unique twist. So for tomorrow, we'll do a chit chat for at least a little bit tomorrow night, probably half hour, and then clean, or 2 hours while cleaning. If you guys want to watch that, I'll have a new layout for tomorrow set up and figured out, and so we'll do that. All right, thank you guys. I will see you soon. Thanks for stopping by. Cheers, and see you soon.